Welcome back to another episode of EVTV. I'm Jack.
And I'm Brady.
This past Tuesday, 3 students from EVHS were featured on a PBS special called Our New Normal. EVTV reporters Sam and Langston reported on a new skateboarding class at Red Canyon High School. If you missed the special, here it is.
Go do some tricks, bros.
During the pandemic, I noticed that a lot of students were skateboarding. I can see the skate park from my house. So when I see kids interested in something, of course I'm going to figure out a way to bring that into the classroom.
Miss V is a teacher at Red Canyon High School in Gypsum, Colorado, trying to solve a problem that students know all too well.
There's something missing in the education system. Kids find themselves not wanting to go to school and at the skate park. Why can't we take that something else and make school a part of it?
While the class may just look like students fooling around at the skate park, they're actually learning about urban planning, design, and how to build a stronger community.
We talked about barriers that stand in the way of kids being able to skate, and then we came up with solutions to those barriers to make skateboarding more accessible to all kids in our community.
Mostly what we're doing right now is working on trying to get a skate park in Avon to make things a little more accessible to the kids there and also help reduce the crowding. We are working on getting funding from the Tony Hawk Foundation to revamp this place that we're standing at right here, and my group specifically has been working on a design that we think would be really cool.
I'm actually doing work for my community, and it's not really just a class anymore. I'm part of something bigger than just this class.
With each new trick, students understand more about themselves as well as how to connect, how to teach, and how to learn from one another.
So the really cool thing that I've seen with skateboarding is it's hard. If you're learning to do from the most basic skill to a really difficult skill, that it takes a lot of resilience to get back up and try again and to tweak little things to get the trick down. We talk about growth mindset and resilience in school all the time, and skateboarding is an actual activity that you can apply those concepts.
It's one of those things where if you can put your mind to something and just kind of get into it, you can really prove to yourself that you can do whatever you want.
I always thought it was super cool, and I thought the skaters were super cool. So it makes me feel good, and I like learning new things.
School can be stressful for kids these days, and I think it's really important that we have these days to be able to just be able to relax, because it's not like we get recess anymore, you know? We don't get to go play with our friends and use our imaginations. If we get rid of that creativity, by the time we're adults, we're not going to be doing anything useful with the world. You know, we're not going to be able to solve these world problems because we're all looking at what's ahead of us, just not taking time to think about things that are outside the box.
It helps a lot with conquering your fears, because it's scary to do some things, and when you finally own up to it, it's relieving. I recently learned how to drop in. It's pretty scary, but I did it.
It just gets everybody out of their comfort zone if they're not really know how to skate much. For the new people, that extra 2 hours, 3 hours, it works. You learn new stuff, so it's nice.
We improve. That's what we do. We go out and skate and try to improve. That's what we mostly do.
It was the most diverse class that I've ever taught with regards to gender identity and ethnicity, as well as age range. Kids were anywhere from 14 to 18 years old, and I think that's what makes the class really cool too. A bunch of different types of kids were in it.
And while Miss V is teaching her students how to face their fears, at the same time, she had to do it herself.
I learned how to drop in, and I was scared because you fall. The students were yelling, "Do it and you're cool. And if you go, I'll go." And I'm looking at a student who has an IEP, who is a language learner, who I've watched take so many risks in the classroom, and I've watched sit there and struggle when he was younger, and I've forced him to read and write and grow. He's got the drop in. He totally can do it, and he's cheering me on. And so of course I'm going to take that risk. Maybe I should take the same risks I'm asking students to take within the classroom.
And so then
I dropped in too.
On Tuesday, Ms. V asked Gypsum Town Council for funding to help improve skateboarding facilities in Gypsum. Many have wondered who the Master of Stealth really is here at EVHS. For a better understanding on how he impacts our school culture, we go to Will, Emily, and Zosha.
I have no defining qualities, my good man. I'm an actor. To be, to be or not to be, that is the question.
Whether it's Rubik's Cubes, running in the hallways, or quoting Shakespeare, Nathan DaSliva always brings something new to the table.
My name is Nathan DaSliva, aka Nate Dogg. I'm a freshman and the Master of Stealth.
Turns out Nathan is much more than a master of stealth. Nathan's constant use of jokes brings smiles to those around him.
Nathan, well, I see Nathan about every morning. He comes to the library and works on homework or watches some videos, just kind of hang out.
When he walks in, he just has such an energy about him. And from the moment I met him, I decided he needed to be on stage. He just is one of those theatrical personalities where people just like to be near him.
I bring a clown to school. Me! I make everyone have a smile, a little bit of a laugh here and there. But mostly, I try to be the best student I can be at the same time of being a clown. It's not easy, but I'm getting through.
As our second semester continues, we notice that Eagle Valley High School was in need of some energy. Nathan DaSliva is a perfect embodiment of the energy we want our Devils to have.
The environment I would like to see is more nice, friendlier, not mean and discarding of unholy alliance, and to try and see the puzzle as the solved part. An unsolvable path that must be solved. But mostly to try and survive middle school or high school.
He just has such a positive outlook, and I hope that people can kind of take that energy and run with it, because he really does bring smiles to people's faces.
He's not afraid to kind of step out and just get to know people, and so I think a lot of people can learn from that.
I look forward to dying. I'm just kidding. Surviving.
Thanks for watching. This has been Will, Zosha, and Emily.
Thanks for watching another episode of EVTV. Make sure to tune in next week.